Hi, Minda. Welcome to Reality Crowd TV.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So let us know a little bit about yourself, like your business ideas, like what you want to just tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Minda Aguhob. I'm CEO of Love Performs. Love Performs is a company on a mission to raise the level of love and action in the world. So what does that mean? I'm essentially helping leaders like yourself, like the people at this event, to really connect. And we're doing that through live events and social media video. And one thing that I specialize in is helping people get their crowdfunding platforms and campaigns really, really connected to the people that they are wanting to reach. So I launch movements. We launch movements. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you get into crowdfunding? Like, what sparked you to actually get into this kind of movement?
That's a really great question. So I was, I'm not going to say what age, but around a certain age, I was feeling like I was getting old, and I decided to do my first triathlon. And I joined an organization called Team in Training. And Team in Training essentially has you raise money so you can do the event, and it's usually a major event. And I did Westchester Triathlon, and I had to raise, for the first time in my life, $3,000, which I'd never done before. And so they gave us essentially a crowdfunding campaign. So they essentially gave us a crowdfunding campaign to raise money on. And I realized that all I had was my connection and my story to the cause, which was leukemia and lymphoma. And so I started raising money for my cousin. And I made sure I told a really good story. I wanted to really connect to my friends and family and not make it some generic thing. And they really connected to it. And not only did I raise $3,000, I doubled it. Because I really made sure I connected to people. And I found that having a conversation that's really real gets people to open their wallets. And I got to the race, and I was so happy. I even qualified for national championships in my first race, and never knew I could raise and double that kind of money. And so I found that it was such a beautiful way to connect people, and I kept doing it. And over the next 2 years, I raised over $30,000 for leukemia and lymphoma. So from that point on, I started paying attention to when people were doing really well, and that's when I started hearing about all these crowdfunding campaigns. And so what I specialize in is getting people to launch their movement, tell their story in a really connected way to their people, to find who their people are and to talk to them.
Very nice. So how about equity crowdfunding? Because if that law does pass in a couple months, how do you think that's going to actually impact the financial market?
Equity crowdfunding is huge. And it's important because for a long time, people were never ever really able to get their message out in the way that you can with crowdfunding about sharing, about selling equity shares of their companies. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. So with crowdfunding, with equity crowdfunding, people have not been able to get the message out in the way that people have been able to with, say, charity events. And with equity crowdfunding, people can really talk about and have a conversation about their company, their passion. And it's really going to be a game changer because there's so many people who are new entrepreneurs who are wanting to start a business, who want to get their message out, and they're scared. And they don't know if they can really connect to people. But with equity crowdfunding, people can start to see that all they need to do is build a conversation with their people. And they can really develop the message of their company, what they stand for, and connect. And I think that when people start to see that they can connect to people with crowdfunding, with equity crowdfunding, they can connect with people on all kinds of platforms. Because essentially crowdfunding is another marketing platform, just like TV, just like radio, just like social media. And it really forces you to get really clear about how to have a conversation with people who are your people.
Very nice. So would you be interested in being an expert on reality crowd TV at some point?
Absolutely. I was asking you earlier who your people were, and you said it was entrepreneurs. And I love entrepreneurs. I am myself an entrepreneur, and I see myself being a serial entrepreneur, so I'll be having those conversations with people for a long time, and I really would love to help and connect those entrepreneurs who are wanting to really have a deep connection with the people that they want to reach.
Exactly. You're exactly the type of person that we're looking for, someone who wants to help inspire other people to actually reach their dreams. So thank you for the interview.